Hello everyone. I don't know whether you're in shot or not because this layout on this camera and my thing that's holding it is all a bit haphazard. It's sort of at an angle. Not that you can see much from that. Just my hand. Ooh, it could be a hand model. Maybe not. Right, so usual slurp of the tea, then I'll start yawning. Classic beginning to a video. And good golly, what a week, and what a this morning. Oh my word, I spent ages trying to find the flipping drills for this because I fancy doing the city digs again, and I couldn't find the drills anywhere. And I searched, I picked, because I did a bit of a tidy up the other day, and so I've got all my stacks of all my drills in their cases and tubs and trays and everything else like that. And I went through them twice and I couldn't see it. And then I spotted it. And then I remembered and went, oh, God. Well, I did this one, Piggy in a Tub. I kitted that one up. And I kitted that up in a box. You know, an art doc box. But the other day, I found this tray on my table. And it didn't have any stickers or anything like that to say what it is. Because usually I'd lay something in like this and just sort of, you know, oops, let's try and do this without knocking everything. Put it in like that. Let's just go back a bit. Lying like that and then put the lid over. But whatever had fallen out. So I was left with this box going, ooh, saw that, thought, oh, it's that one. No, it wasn't. This is the box I need. So I spent ages doing that. Bloody typical. But hey, yes, what a week. I really shouldn't be doing this. I really knew the yawns would come. What I really should be doing is going up to my new office space and taking up bits up to there. I did some yesterday. I mean, I only did one lot on my way to the thingamajig, because it literally, I mean, I have to go up 3 flights of stairs. 1, 2, 3. Well, I say 3 flights, 3 flights of stairs, but actually you go up one, then there's a little bit of a resting point, then there's another stair, and that takes you to the first level and a resting point, and then you go up another one, resting point, and then up to the stairs, and you're on the 2nd floor, and that's where I am, and I'm right at the end. So yeah, and well, I had to go up Monday to I should be doing this to go and sign for the keys, and on my way back down after signing it with the landlord, I get to the very last step, and my right foot slipped off the step and twisted, and I went, oh God, and I ended up going flying. I landed on my backside on the stair. He did try to help me, bless him, but well, you know, it's a bit like trying to find catch an elephant. But any rate, maybe not. Yeah, so I have to be very careful, because I was so worried, because I fell down some stairs in 2021, and that was when I had to have my major operation on my left foot, because I smashed the ankle joint in completely and utterly. Yeah, and also broke a bone in my right foot. So I was very wary, thinking, oh God, please don't let me break another bone. Please don't, because my ankles are very unstable. Yeah, so they just give way for no apparent reason. So they just, 1 minute they're working and the next minute, boom, they just twist, and you don't even feel it. It's like, you know, at that point you can put your foot down, you don't feel anything, but when you look, your foot is at an angle, and then you're on the floor, and it's like, ooh, never even noticed that one happening. So yeah, but I signed for the keys. It's not a big room, big office space, but it's a space where I can go and throw in all my craft stuff, bar what I do at home, you know, like my diamond painting that I do and my YouTube. I won't send that there yet, if ever, actually, because this is my hobby and I don't want it to be confused, because at the minute my house is being very much confused with like storage for my old shop, and you know, and storage for all my other craft bits, and it gets overwhelming. And so I decided, I've been looking for ages and had no joy, and then it was Thursday night or early Friday morning, probably about 3:30 in the morning on Friday, and I just went on to Rightmove, which here in the UK is like a rental and for sale, you know, online estate agents type thing, and I looked and there was one up there and it was at a really good price. And I thought, my God, that's exactly the place that I've been looking at a time before, but I missed it. So I thought, and I missed a couple of other ones which I'd liked before previously. And so I thought, I'm damned if I'm going to miss this one. So I emailed them, you know, 3:30 in the morning or whatever it was, and said, I want to look around, I'm interested, and everything. And then the next day I got a phone call, and I basically offered it up to the gods and said, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and it, you know, it'll all work out. And the next morning I got a phone call, and I said, oh yes, I definitely want to look around. And they said, how about Monday? So this was Friday I got the phone call. Monday, so Monday was arranged, and the estate agent bloke gave me the new landlord's telephone number. And as I woke up a bit more, I thought, I'm going to see if he's in town today. So I phoned up the landlord and I asked, and he said, funny enough, he's there at this present. I said, oh, I can be up in 10 minutes. So he hung around, and he luckily had the keys for the place as well, which was amazing. So I'm thinking, oh yes, this is definitely meant to be, isn't it, kind of thing. And I looked around, and yeah, it's a good size. Only problem is it's up all those stairs. But then I thought, well, that might be a good thing for me, because, you know, I don't really do much exercise because my back creates havoc. So you know, walking far is out of the question. Can't do it. Hence why I have a scooter. But yeah, but I thought, well, no, it'll encourage me, and at least, you know, I don't have to be up there every day, you know, because it's not like I would need to be, unless, you know, not all day. I couldn't just go up there for a bit if I want, because mainly it's for storage. I'll be using it for, and to get a shot of the craft supplies that I have, you know, already. So I'll just be putting them online, but I'll be able to see what I've got, because at the moment they're in my house and I can't see the bloody wood for the trees, if you know what I mean. You know, everything's around me. I can't get at things because there's just no room. And yeah, so Monday I signed for it and I got the keys, and he allowed me in early, and it's reasonably priced, very reasonably priced, considering my electric and gas is included, and water. And as for the internet, I'd have to sort that out myself, but hey, you know, between my iPad, which has got data on it, which I hardly ever use, because at home I just Wi-Fi it, and I've got my phone, so, you know, I can use that as a hotspot. And, you know, and if there's any that can be saved till I get home, then it can be saved till I get home. And I can do it at home. But yeah, so I'm going to do that. So taking some stuff up there. Oh, wow, yeah. I don't feel like going up today, but I've also got to go to the Yeah. The hospital, which is in completely the opposite direction, to go and get some blood drawn for my diabetes check, annual diabetes check, I think, or 6-month check or something daft. And so I shall probably do that instead, and then maybe I might go up there later, because it's 24-hour access, which is really good. So yeah, that's what I've been sort of up to. But the problem is I've got to arrange a man and a van to take the stuff up there, and he can carry it all up the bloody stairs. That's what I'm aiming for. But the thing is, though, before I can do that, I've got to be able to get to certain furniture pieces, and they are buried, literally buried. I've got a big Calyx 4x4, is it 4? Yeah, 4 hole by 4 hole Calyx unit, which I have to get to and then dismantle. So that's going to be fun. But in the meantime, I've got all my diamond paintings stacked up in front of it. So I'd have to move my diamond paintings, find a place for my diamond paintings to go, then move them, and then get other things sorted. Oh God. Pack certain boxes, and there's certain equipment that I won't be able to take up myself. But, you know, I've paid the first month's rent. So in effect, I'm just going to got you, little shit. Sorry. Just got it. I end up going around with lots of bits of sellotape stuck to me because my flipping cat brings little fellows in, doesn't he? I clean him off. I get him all pristine with this combing thing. And then what happens? He goes outside, just like being at school with nits, isn't it? And when he comes back, he's got them. And I just think... And then I catch them on me. And what I tend to do is I sellotape them. I'm beyond caring now. I just don't... I think, no, you shouldn't be in here. You know damn well. You come anywhere near me. Forget it. So, hoovering and all that kind of jazz I have to do, and it's a bloody pain. Yes, it's just like nits at school, isn't it? Clean your children and then they go back all cleaned, but some of the child hasn't been cleaned properly, cleared from them, and the vicious cycle starts all over again. It's time he had another one of those repellent jobs. I give him the flea and worm tablets, Bob Martin jobs, and then I've started giving him the repellent ones as well. And I'll just say, I don't think the bloody repellent ones are working, but we will keep going just in case it's I don't know, a build-up tolerance thing or something. But, I mean, you know, the repellent ones are all very good, but then where does it repel them? Off the bloody cat and wherever it lands. I don't know. And then when the cat's sort of levels are lowered or whatever, or the following day, basically, they get used to it and jump back on board. Getting fed up with it. Oh, and the bloody cat this morning. Meow, 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 meow. Exactly like that. No word of a lie. It is literally, there is no rest in between. Who needs an alarm clock when you've got a bloody cat with that kind of a mew? Oh. But well, I've sidetracked again, haven't I? I don't know where I'm going. Yes, back to the office space. So I was measuring up, and yeah, I've got to get a couple of things. Be from IKEA, but now I've run out of money and my son owes me some, so hopefully I'll get that back soon. I'll be able to afford some of the bits that I need from IKEA, because I'm going to have to get it delivered from IKEA, and the delivery is 40 bloody quid. Because I need 2 tables, or was it 3 tables? 3 tables and 2 Billy bookcases. The gutting thing was I would have had these if that girl in my previous shop didn't screw me over. Never paid me. Said she paid me for my for the extra bits. Never did. Never did. She's been telling everybody she did, but she never bloody did. Yes. And my head was in a bang mode, courtesy of her, in part. Yeah. But well, karma will be had. But at any rate, and breathe. Yes, so man with van I've got to hire. I don't know how much that's going to be. I'm thinking possibly 150 quid. But I'm hoping not. And what else am I hoping? Oh yes, and yes, I've got to do that. Pay for that. Pay for the IKEA bits. And in effect, I'll be using my PIP money to pay for the office space, the room. So I won't be getting a mobility car. So that's that. I'm charging up the beast as we speak, my scooter. Because I think Friday, if I'm not doing anything, I'm going to have to go up to York and go and get my driver's license renewed, picture renewed. So I'll be going up on the bus for that one. That's going to be fun. So I need it fully charged for that. So when I come back from Craft Group on Thursday, I shall be charging that up. And it's like that's straight, and then it just tilts. But yes. Oh dear. I don't know what's happened to my eyesight, but something's afoot. Oh dear. I've had to put the heating on for a bit yesterday and today. Yesterday, turned it off yesterday evening. So it was yesterday and the day before I had to put it on because it was a bit chilly. And then what happens is I keep forgetting. My head just went off on a bit of a tangent and a bit of a side wobble. Because I started getting this cough. Well, I mean, I had this cough beforehand, and that is part of my LPR, but this sort of tickling the throat cough was different. And I thought, oh God, I've just had a friend who's just had COVID. I thought, I've been through all this time without having COVID. I don't want it to be COVID. Please don't let it be COVID. And so I had a mini meltdown, a mini panic attack with it, and worried about it. And then it dawned on me, it's the heating. Every year when the heating goes on, I come down with the same thing. And it's like, ah, yeah, I've had the heating on. Don't know. Maybe it's like burning away some of the dust that's gathered on it or something. It's going out into the air. But then it does make it very dry air, doesn't it? I mean, I've got a humidifier, but I won't use it anymore now because I saw a program, one of those things, granted it was in Japan, but where they use humidifiers regularly, daily basis. And there was lots of deaths had from them, and it was due to the cleaning solution that they used to put in them. And it's like, oh my God. I mean, yes, I cleaned mine out, not regularly, maybe once a week or once a fortnight when I was using it, because I'd have to, because we're in a hard water area, and so the build-up of the of limescale around the element at the bottom, the bulb type heater thing, would encrust on the heating element, so I'd have to chip that off and stuff. So I used to do that. It's quite enjoyable actually to chip it off. It's like seeing something new underneath suddenly appear, emerge. But yes. So but I can't be bothered. Oh dear, I need another slurp of tea to yawn more. Oh, it's hot. Hot. Yeah. I did a little bit of diamond painting yesterday, but it was up in my bed, and it was one of the Paint Gem minis from the mandala collection. I think it's coming up tomorrow, me kitting up for that one. I've got to crack on again because I'm running out of videos to put up. I think I've got about another 1 and 2 and this one. I think might just be 1 and this one. I think it's something like the summer edition I've got kitting up. I'm not sure if I've already done that one, but well. I emptied out, for any of those that knew, I had these trays. It was in a drawer, and I had them all full with lots of colours for a diamond painting, and it was okay, but I did keep spilling them into the next square, which then had a different colour in, so it was like sort of picking them out. So what I did was I transferred them into one of my I got these trays, these cases. I got them. They're no longer doing them because they've run out, but I got, yep, I know, a bit greedy really, but I got 6 of them, but they were $4.99 each, and I couldn't resist. And I've got so many paintings that I just want to kit up, which is bad, but then I know I can just reach for them and do-do-dump. And so I transferred it into one of those cases. Oh, I think it was that case, and people were there saying how I would get them out, how I'd get it out of the corners. Well, that's when one of these things came in handy. So I'd empty it out, dust it off, And then I would turn, and then I would just suck them all up, empty that into a tray, and then pour it into a bottle. So it wasn't as bad as I thought. But yes, so just for anybody who's stuck in that situation and thinks, oh dear, how am I going to do that? Invest in one of those little, I think they call them keyboard, that comes out, keyboard sucky things, vacuum cleaners. Takes batteries, a couple of batteries, and yeah, definitely worth it. Oh god, I yawn again. Oh my god, I've been watching a Thai BL. Yes, I do like them. I think they're funny. And stuff. But oh my god, there's one. So I tell you what, these Thai BLs, they've certainly have they improved? Is it improved, or is it just got more in your face? See, before they used to be very subtle, you know, you wouldn't see half of the actions of them. You just see like either a duck as they would, you know, go off and do their business, you know, with each other in the story, and stuff, and they'd flip away like a Mills and Boon style, you know, and the door closed type of thing. Oh no, this one, first episode, you know, I was waiting for the usual, you know, like 9th episode before there'd be anything kind of interaction like that. No, first episode, full on. I mean, you don't get to see anything, you just get to see them moving around, you know. I mean, they take their tops off, show their chests, and that's basically what you see. Oh, they wear 2 pairs of underpants. Goodness knows why. I mean, they've just made out with the other lad, or whoever it is, together, and they're having a bath afterwards, and they're both wearing underwear. You would have thought that that wouldn't have mattered, but they are. So it is quite funny. Oh, and checking out the product placements, guessing the product placements is quite funny as well. Adds to it. And also, I'm picking up the language a bit. So, you know, that's why I tend to... A lot of the time is why I watch certain things. Yeah. I mean, learning a language and having a laugh at the same time is definitely more conducive than, you know, like school, you know, schoolroom learning, where you just don't learn because you're just like, oh dear, this is so tedious and boring. Yes, I'm not learning much of the, you know, how to, you know, make a sentence, you know, get it in the right order or anything like that. But I'm learning words and things, so that's a lot of why I watch them. And I started off with K dramas. Oh my god! But I mean, Thai. If you've watched any of them, oh my god, the names they're given. God, I mean, oh dear. I mean, some of them, they have names like, there's Off and Gun. And what else is there? Man, Beam, Earth, Santa. You name it, it's just like weirdest names and stuff. And you just sort of think, oh, okay. And the titles of some of these stories, oh my god. But yeah, don't be fooled by the title, because I have been a number of times. I thought, oh god, that is going to be absolutely shit. And then I've watched it or caught a bit of it, and I was in stitches throughout. Not only because of the title, it's not bad per se, but it's just funny. So yeah, and you get to know your favourites. You know, you get to know certain pairings, and you love them paired up in that pairing, and you can't help but root for them. And even though it's a bloody story, you're still rooting for them, and it's like, don't be stupid, this is a story. Yeah. But I was watching one last night. I can't remember what it's called actually, but that thing, I can never remember what they're called. And it got to a sad part and everything else, and then I went to click on for the next episode, episode 8 it was, and it wasn't there, and I went, oh no, because usually I get it right, I time it right, and I only watch them when I know that the series has been completed, because I hate thinking, oh my god, I've got to wait a whole week for such and such for it to come back on, especially if it's a good one, and I'd sooner not do that. So I usually wait until it's all done, but I'd forgotten, or this won't clear. Yes, I was like, no, when it's got to a very good bit, and you sort of think, oh shit, what's going to happen next? Oh my god, I mean, this one was about this guy Ray, this guy Ray, having a crush on his friend Mew, but Mew got together with this other chap, and this Ray really liked him still, but then Ray sort of kind of like got on with this guy called Sand, and Sand and Ray have been paired up before on a couple of other BLs, and so the partnership is very good, and you want them to be together. But this one, there comes to being so Mew has this other boyfriend, and then finds out that this boyfriend wasn't so good, even though this boyfriend actually did love Mew. And but Mew then gets together kind of with Ray, but Ray had this thing with Sand, and Sand has been ever so helpful to him and everything else like that, always there for him and loved him, and it's like one bloody triangle, secret love after another secret love, and it ended at one point with Ray and Mew dancing on this dance floor, getting very, very close and huggy kissy and all that kind of stuff, and Sand had walked in, and he was just stood there watching at them, looking at them, and you just think, oh no, and then you go look for the next episode and it's not there. What? My instincts is to smack Ray and say, Ray, you can't lead people on like that, darling, Yes, you're finally getting the crush that you've always liked, but at what cost? At what cost? Ah, dear. So, yeah, we have to now wait. I think it's Saturday. And I'm not patient over something like this. Oh, it's 3:10. Bloody hell, it goes on. It goes on and on and on. But it's very blocky, this, she sidetracks now, this painting. Very blocky. And I have to say I'm more of a confettiist. I'm not a total confettiist, I'm a, you know, I like a mixture. And it is quite nice to do something like this in between. You see, this was one of the paintings that I got early on in my sort of diamond painting, especially from DAC, because up to that point, I mean, I was just buying the cheapy ones. I couldn't sort of like justify spending the amount of money. And then I saw one that I really just had to have. It wasn't this one, but I got it, and then it was like, oh my god, oh my god. You know, it was like my treat for myself, that one. And then it's like, now I know why people, you know, why people do them, these ones. And so this was at that early stage when I wasn't very confident in what I was doing. So I thought this would be an easy one. I mean, I'd already transitioned from rounds to squares pretty early on. I did rounds because the majority of the cheap budget ones were rounds. But I didn't really enjoy them that much. When I started doing squares, it was like, oh, because the whole picture was different. It just seemed to, you know, pop more. And then trying to fit them in. And it was less forgiving than the rounds, and I kind of like that. It was like a challenge. But this one was sort of a challenge because it was squares, but at the same point it was colour blocky, so I thought, right, I'll be able to you know, get this sorted. You know, I'll be able to do this because it's quite a lot of colour blocking. But look what's happened. I mean, I've had to wait till now to do it. I waited till now because I started doing all kinds of other ones which were sort of perhaps a little bit more challenging than this one. Yes. But oh yes, it is nice though. Yes. God, everybody's thinking of doing things for Christmas, aren't they? Getting Christmas all organised. Like flippity flip. I'm trying to think of a name that I can use for my business. I mean, it already has a name, but it's sort of, I'm really kind of like made up of several. I used to be the Wonky Stitch, and then I became the Brown Card Company. And now it's like I'm a mixture of both, and I'm trying to think. Well, according to my HMRC, I'm the Brown Card Company, but I kind of don't think that sort of encapsulates all what I do. I mean, it did a year or so back, a couple of years ago, but now it doesn't quite. So I'm trying to think of what else I can name it that it can, you know, incorporate everything. And also be quite different, you know, than what I have been, and quite funky. You know, all random. I mean, God, let you in on something there. I was thinking, when I was thinking about names, I was thinking, oh, I want it to be something completely different and random. And then what popped into my head was the purple banana. Don't laugh. I thought it was innocent and it sounded quite fun. And then I did a search online, and then I quickly changed my mind. No, it certainly wasn't going to be called that, because A, I should have seen it coming start. Well, I'm glad I didn't see it coming, but I should have seen that from the very beginning. I mean, you know, purple banana, what does it look like? It's, you know, oh dear. And then apparently Prince had done a song about it or something, called something purple banana, and that was all sexual, and I thought, oh heck, that certainly isn't what I need to go for. And I was like, oh God, now what? Yeah, so I'm now stuck. I did one of those is it AI random generators, just for you know, just to see what things it would come up with. So I punched in a few keywords. And I did experiment. I did sort of several, and some with just one keyword. And all what came up was all the same near enough to one thing. And that wasn't even the word that I'd even included. And it bore no resemblance to. So it was like, okay. So I scrapped that. Back to the old brain. Using the old noggin, as I say. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm thinking it's just something that's been part of the English language for I don't know how long. And people use it to mean head, noggin. But I was thinking about it, saying, you know, there's lots of language and words that we use which we aren't fully knowledgeable as such about the actual, you know, where it came from. Where did that word come from? Is it derogatory? You know, is it bad? And you just sort of think, I don't want to just say, you know, oh, me old noggin, and then somebody get offended by it, when I'm meaning it to be head, using the old noggin, using the old head, and somebody thinks it's something completely horrible. So if anybody has any answers to that, please let me know, because it's like a lot of people, we use certain words, and actually a lot of the time it's just always been there, that word, that we, you know, you don't actually wonder where it came from. What was it behind it? Is it a bad one? But well, now I did have a dream last night. I can't remember it very well. I do remember bits. It's very strange, but that's about it. I can't really, I mean, that's all I remember from it. It was very strange, and it was like a learning curve sort of type of dream. I've been taught something or other, but I can't remember what I was being taught. But it's there. You know, it's been inputted. Is that like part of the matrix, do you think? Have I just had my software updated? Oh my God. I found a clip on YouTube, and it was taken from the manhwa. And I thought, oh my God. After I looked at it, I went, oh my God. And then I remembered something. I've got the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. I think it's the 5th book, the last book, the special edition book, and it's got other stories in the back which are related of like the years after the main story of Lan Shan and Wei Ying from the Untamed, and I got to it, and it's called the Incense Burners scenes, and basically this incense burner, they found this pot, and they lit it up, and it was an incense burner, and what it would do is it would send people back into dreams where they'd be awake, sort of, you know, conscious that they were dreaming and they were in their dreams. And I thought, blimey, you know, I've had quite a few of those dreams, but I didn't need an incense burner to help get me there, and I certainly didn't have the kind of dreams that they were having. Holy moly. I read one, and for anybody who knows, I would say Bishan. Oh my God. Poor Bishan. Bishan is Lan Zhan's sword. And I'm saying poor Bishan. Maybe you'll understand why. And just from that. Oh my God. I wouldn't use that sword ever again. Wei Ying, you naughty chap, is all I can say. But never mind. Yes. It's like, good golly. And I thought Thai BLs were had gotten raunchy. Oh my God. All this smut. Honestly, I'm not like this normally, honestly. Oh. Oh dear. Lan Zhan is just he's wild. He's very wild. But you know, for some of his actions you wouldn't think, you wouldn't realise. But oh my God. I can't stop laughing now. It's a nervous laugh. Get out of my head. I think because even though the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation is the cartoon version of it, the manhwa version, and the thought of seeing a cartoon sort of like Wei Ying doing strange things with a Bishan, it just kind of sort of stops, and halfway through you suddenly stop and you go, holy cow. And you can't help it, but if you've seen the Untamed, you just instantly think the Lan Wangji in this cartoon is the Lan Wangji from the film, and the Lan Wangji in the film is Wang Yibo. And then you think, Wang Yibo, my God. So that means Wei Ying is Xiao Zhan, and Xiao Zhan is doing funny things with a sword. He's not, but that's sort of the connection you kind of like make. And you think, God, I knew they were together, but blimey. You know. Don't ask. It's silly. It's stupid. It just made me giggle. And you could be just thinking, what? But that's how I am. It's just silly things. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Oh God. I think I'm probably going to be on a list now from China, because I was going through YouTube and there was this thing, this sort of short thing it was, and it was about this picture of this toddler and his baby sister and his mum asleep in bed, you know, because they have all these big mattresses type things on the floor. And there was a thunderstorm, and the thunderstorm woke them up, and the toddler got up and went and comforted his baby sister. The mother slept right through it, and put a blanket over and everything else like that. And everybody was saying, all in the comments were saying, oh wow, oh how sweet, you know. He got what was it, the blanket, tucked his sister in, gave her a kiss, and she settled off back to sleep. And then he went and he had another blanket, his blanket, he went and put over his mum, and then he moved to the side of his mum and curled up and went to sleep. And yes, it was sweet, but at the same point it wasn't sweet, because everybody's saying, oh how sweet it is, how sweet it is. And I was thinking, yeah, but the bigger picture is a little bit more. Yeah, whilst we're all looking at it for the what it is, you know, what we're seeing, we're not looking at what it means. And you know, there it was. It had written down that the group that it was sent from was a Chinese company, basically a Chinese corporation, organization even, and it was basically getting sponsored by the China government funding. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, China doesn't let its citizens use YouTube or Facebook. They have their own. It's Weibo, I think, and they have their own version, so they're not allowed to use. And it is, you know, quite, they can be fined or whatever if they're caught using it. And but there's certain Chinese citizens that obviously go abroad, and they would have had to have got the say-so from the Chinese government before they could actually access those, because even though they were abroad, they could still be told they, you know, they still have to, they have to be good role models for China, basically. So everything sort of needs to go through them. And so the China government has basically authorized that you know, clip to go out into the world. And why would they do that? My curiosity is always there, asking questions. Why would they do that? What message are they trying to impart? And I mean, they want to spread communism, don't they? And their kind of communism. And I thought, right, well, maybe this is the message, is that boy stands for communism. And look how caring he is. What he's doing for his brother and sister, caring. I mean, maybe that's too simplified. Maybe there's nothing to it. But it just seems very weird. Maybe there's something different. But I'm querying as to why they, you know, they put it up. What was the real reason? You know. And for China, so anyways, the Chinese people, and you know, they need more freedom of their rights. So, you know, I mean, little old me can't do anything about anything, but I just wonder. And I think everybody needs to wonder at times and just sort of see what else could be behind it. Because, you know, it's usually something. Always question, even if it seems reasonable. Might not be as reasonable as you think. You know, I think to me it's like when people are unhappy, they moan on and moan on about everything that they're unhappy about, but they're not actually doing anything about changing that unhappiness. It's kind of like you get caught into, I know because I've done it myself, you get caught into this sort of mindset and this set of where you want the magic pill. You do not know what you are supposed to do, how to change it, what to do, what you can do to change it. So you're caught by inaction, you know, and so you do nothing except just, you know, spit out the same old stuff that's peeing you off over and over and over again. And sometimes you've got to look beyond that to get to the nitty gritties. You've got to so as somebody sort of perhaps dealing with somebody like that, you know, I'd look at beyond that, right? Because that's just noise. There, oh, this, that, and the other. That's just noise. But what is the bit that is, you know, the real reason? So if you can silence out the noise first and then see what's left, that's where you can help. Be it in your own life or whatever. I mean, human beings, we're bloody clever or stupid, whichever way you want to look at it, in not saying, a lot of us, we just don't say what we feel or what we want to say. We'll beat around the bush, or we won't say it. We'll just bite our lips, and then it rattles around inside of us, never getting out and just causing mayhem inside. You know, imagine yourself like the thought of something is a metal ball, like in a pinball wizard machine, a pinball machine, and that thing, that metal ball is such and such a thing that's, you know, that you want to say, you want to get out, you want to deal with, but you can't. You swallow it and then you can't get out. It can eventually, but it has to go through all the, you know, the bits and bobs inside of you first. So it's like ricocheting off from side to side, like a pinball wizard, you know, machine, and it's creating havoc inside of you. And then it either comes out and you can deal with it, or it just stays in there rattling around forever. And the pain of each time it whacks into the side of you is just, you know, it's more, you know, reiterating the fact that, oh, you've got a problem, oh, you don't know what to do about it, oh, so you don't do anything about it, oh, whatever. So yeah, always think carefully. Write things down, because that's a form of getting out. Tell people. Or you will, you know, it'll rattle around you and just get worse and worse and worse, and then you'll have more issues. And then your doubts will also play a part. You'll then doubt yourself, and then you'll beat yourself up for not being able to do anything about it. So by just opening your mouth, talking about it to somebody, even if it's to yourself, you're getting it out. You know, heck, do it into a tape recorder or whatever nowadays, you know, into your phone or something. I mean, a lot of what I do on, like, when I'm doing this, things like this that I'm saying now is something that's been rattling around my head for ages and ages. And some things I will say, and I'm like getting it out there. I don't expect anybody to do anything about it, because sometimes there's nothing to be done about it, and nothing is wanting to or needing to be done about it. It just needs to be, you know, spoken, you put out there. A lot of it is me, it's my thinking. I think outwardly now. I used to think inwardly, and oh, the trouble that made. And I still do it, especially when I'm tired. And that's when things go round and round and round and round and round. You know, like a washing machine or a, you know, stuff. And but just getting it out, oh, it's better. So yeah, a lot of the time I just think about things and just think, you know, oh, this is, and I could say one thing and I could have a view on something one day, and then in a couple of days' time I've changed that view, and or I've grown on, you know, I've expanded on that view, you know, either in a positive or in a negative way. So I could change my mind up completely altogether. And it's not, I have changed my mind as such. It's just, I'm growing on, you know, I'm processing what I'm thinking. Which is a little bit tricky at times, because people may just see what's there, you know, on the outward bit, because that's what a lot of us do, because it's easier that way. They have a smile, they're okay. No, people can have smiles and be completely and utterly, you know, in crisis mode, and yet they smile. Doesn't mean to say they're happy. That's the difference, or the thing that we must remember. Right, now, off that heavy subject. Might be so far into the thing that nobody's actually hearing this, so that's another thing. Right, so where are we going next? Do's, I think. Do, what can you do? Oh, it will be, it's a blimmin'. Now I think I'll come back to twos, because I tweezer twos. If I can find my tweezers. Oh, I took them upstairs, some of them. I did have another pair down here somewhere, but where? Where? No, there's clogs on. And I think all the ones in here are those other ones. I don't like those ones. No, I don't like those ones. I like the Diamond Art Club tweezers. Where did my pink pair go? Oh, I had a pink pair. A pink pair I had. Where the hell has that gone? Nope. Is it in there? Oh, for goodness sakes. Do you know what? I had loads and loads and loads of Diamond Art Club tweezers. Why is it I can't find one of them? What is that? Why? Oh, for God's sake. This is just pediculi. So that's perhaps another reason why I shouldn't do that one. Yeah, I'll go on to a different one then. Let's do triangle. And that is 740. Orange. Oh, charging up the beast. And I best go and get my blood taken. And then figure out what I can take with me to the new office space. I fill my backpack sort of up with something. Just so I'm taking something up there. Which then in turn can clear some of the deck. So I can do some bits. So, you know, I'll do that. Even if it takes me a long time to do it before I'm actually totally in. And then hopefully I'll have a bit more space in this house. And I will be able to then get the man with the van. Yes. I think we might have a plan, Stan. Oh, I'm so tired. I am so tired. My ankle is sore. Knew it'd come out from that fall downstairs. It'll be. So I think what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to do this. Oh, I've got to wait for that blooming parcel to come. I think my other storage cases should be coming today. Okay, I'll go and I'll have a bit of a nap in this chair, I think, after I've done this. Then when I wake up and I've had the parcels come, then I'll go and do everything. And it'll give my machine a little bit longer to charge. Oh dear. Oh yes, Monday we had my son's PIP assessment over the phone. God, I hope he gets it renewed. Don't know if he could cope with his moods. So what's everybody up to? So I'm being a bit waffling on myself, haven't I? But what is everybody up to? Are you diamond painting? And if so, what are you doing? Which ones are you doing? And where do you get your diamond paintings from? And if anybody's interested, in November, Kitting Up Kitten is doing an event. She does it twice a year, often with her sidekick Calb Sparkle, Penny. But Kitting Up Kitten, she and it's called DIY DP and it's a cross stitch conversion. You don't have to start one from fresh or finish one from fresh. It's just a case of if you've got one or you want to do one, you start it, and throughout the month of November or May, when that happens, you can you just spend time doing it, and there are prizes and things like that, and stuff if you want to do it for the prizes. And I think it runs internationally, so yeah, well, the last one did, so I assume it does. And yes, so that is something to consider if you want to do it. You can do a small one. Many do like cross stitch conversions, like from small cross stitches and patterns. But there's HAED do patterns, Heaven and Earth Designs. They're online. They do patterns, and they have sales where you can get patterns for half price. I tend to use this one called Threadbare, and that's THREAD-BARE.com. And what I tend to do is get a photo of what I like, and then I do convert image, and I convert it into a pattern. Go to the advanced sections and click on to diamond painting, and then I can make it bigger or smaller, and you can roughly see whether the pattern's going to look okay. With smaller down you go. Granted, the bigger you go, the yeah, it's going to take you more, but take you longer, but and you'll need more drills. But you know, the better, you know, what it looks like. It won't look so pixelated that way. And then you can use your old diamonds, your old drills. People mainly use squares, but it can be done with rounds. But you just got to bear in mind that rounds, there'll be a lot of white that'll be showing from behind. But people are using like mica powders and various other ways to hide, you know, the white bits. But yes, so I think I'm going to finish this, whatever it is, and then I'm going to stop. I've got to upload another one. I've got one more ready for tomorrow. That's already scheduled. And then, yes. And then I have another couple, I think, in my album ready to go up. I've got to re-put some more putty in this, I think. Sort of, it's on that one where it works some days, and some days it doesn't. Definitely, if it's hotter outside, it doesn't work that well. It goes all stringy. But keep sticking to that blooming plastic doodah thing. Oh, good grief, we need to add more. Now too much. Yeah, since I've added this templacer, whoop, whoop, whoop is all I can say. I can still do smaller ones, like 2, even 1. There we go. Well, and then that one, I think, is about that many. Oh, bingo. Right, there we go. So on that note, I will love you and leave you. Please remember to do the 4s, and that is like, because it gets my content more visible to other people, and that's great. And subscribe, much of the same. It's free. Click the button, doesn't hurt. Not that you. So it's like, subscribe. Sounded a bit like Sean Connery. Subscribe, share, and comment. Please comment. Let me know how you're getting on and what you're up to. And yes, I will see you in the next one. Bye.